wake up in the morning, the alarm goes off. You rush out of bed, head to the bathroom to take a bath. Brush your teeth, eat your breakfast, and then you put on your working clothes. You proceed to work. On your way to work, you face a lot of traffic, noise, harassment just to get to work. This is you at work. You work tirelessly, your boss shouts at you, you face verbal, emotional, sexual, and sometimes physical abuse just to keep your job and keep making the company or corporation you work for money. You do this day in, day out, Monday to Friday, and sometimes weekends, just to stay afloat. Next week comes, you repeat the cycle over and over again, week after week, month after month, year after year, just to pay your bills. And yet, the money the company pays you is not enough to pay all your bills and live the comfortable life you always desire. The barter system. The history of money can be traced back thousands of years. The barter system likely originated 6,000 years ago when the Mesopotamian tribe introduced the concept of Enochians. Goods were exchanged in the absence of money, introducing things like tea, salt, weapons, and food. As time went on, the bartering system continued to evolve. Metal coins. The first metal coin dated back to the 7th century BC in Lydia, modern Turkey, and China. In China, metal coins were made of bronze and shaped like farming tools. In Lydia, coins were made of the alloy of gold and silver called the electrum. Lydian staters were the first coin to be officially issued by a government body. Paper money. The first paper money was created in China during the Song Dynasty in the 11th century CE. Trading played a huge part in this creation. For hundreds of years before the invention of paper money, bronze and copper coin were the main currencies in China. As international trade increased, the weight of carrying this coin became a barrier. Around 900 CE, merchants trying to get around the weight issue of carrying coins began trading transaction receipts. Early Song authorities gave the new shops a monopoly in issuing these deposit receipts. Eventually, in the 1020s, the government took over and began issuing the receipts as the first official paper money. Wait, this poses me to ask a question. Is money evil? Is money really the root of all evil? Can money truly buy you happiness? Banks. Banks are intermediaries between depositors who lend money to the bank and borrowers to whom the bank lends money to. The amount bank pays for deposits and the income they receive on their loans are both called interest. Although banks do many things, their primary role is to take in funds called deposits from those with money, pool them and lend them to those who need the funds. Banks also create money. They do this because they must hold on reserve and not lend out some portion of their deposits, either in cash or in insecurities that can be quickly converted to cash. Banks keep those required reserves on deposits with central banks such as in the US Federal Reserve, the Bank of Japan, the European Central Bank. Banks create money when they lend the rest of the money depositors give them. This money can be used to purchase goods and services and can find its way back into the banking system as a deposit in another bank, which can then be lent out a fraction of it. This process, lending, can be repeated itself number of times. It's a phenomenon called the multiplier effect. The size of the multiplier, the money of the bank created from the initial deposits, depends on the amount of money banks must keep on reserve. Inflation. According to Milton Friedman, inflation is caused by too much money chasing after too few goods. Again, if the money supply increases faster than output, then inflation will occur. If a government prints extra money, households will have more cash and more money to spend on goods. But if the amount of goods stays in the same, the extra cash will just cause firms to put up prices. And if you are wondering what inflation can cause, hold on, let me enlighten you. Inflation causes reduction in purchasing power. It impacts lower income consumers. Inflation raises interest rates. Inflation can cause painful recessions. Inflation hurts bonds and growth stocks. Inflation, the list goes on and on. The bottom line is that as inflation keeps going up, the economy keeps declining. For instance, in the United States of America, the price of gas was 0.9 per gallon in 1994, and here we are in 2004, the price of gas is 3.9 per gallon. Then imagine what will happen in 100 years to come. Inflation allows borrowers to pay lenders back with money worth less than what was originally borrowed, which benefits the borrowers. When inflation causes high prices, the demand for credit increases, rising interest rates, which benefits lenders. Debts. When students take out federal student loans to pay for college, they will receive a certain sum of money that they will agree to pay back in future with interest. Students now have the option of several different repayment plans. If they choose what's known as the standard repayment plan, they will be required to make fixed monthly payment for 10 years, at which point their debt will be completely paid off. Mortgage. A mortgage is a type of secured debt used to purchase real estate such as a house or a condo. Mortgages are usually paid back over long periods such as 15 or 30 years. Bonds. Bonds are debt instruments that allows a company to borrow funds from investors by promising to repay the money with interest. Both individuals and investment firms can purchase bonds, which typically carry a fixed interest or coupon rate. If a company needs to raise $1 million to fund the purchase of a new equipment, for example, it can issue 1,000 bonds with a face value of $1,000 each. Debts are not totally bad if used correctly. Properly used debts can be advantageous to individuals or companies alike. Few people can buy a home with a mortgage, and many people couldn't afford a car without an auto loan. Credit cards can be a great convenience and even a lifesaver in emergency situations. Passive income. Why work for money when they are printing it? Warren Buffett. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. How is this possible, you may ask? In the modern world as of today, streaming platforms have made this possible, and not only possible and easily accessible to any individual all around the world. Take video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Facebook for instance. Millions are paid annually to creators worldwide every year, and they make this money as well as when they sleep. Likewise, musicians and music companies make billions yearly from streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube Music, etc. The world is evolving and the old days are gone for good. The days of going to school, getting a 9-to-5 job, retiring and waiting for pensions are over. The sooner you realize this and understand that paper money is a mere illusion, the better off you are. Understanding this huge scam played by the system for thousands and thousands of years ago.